Welcome back to the Doomsday Clock, where today we're going to be discussing the 2021 film Eternals. My name is Jack, and I'm joined as always by my co-host Eric.
Hello, I'm Eric. Oh,
We got another movie this week. Before we go back to TV land next week, but we're in a movie. We've gotten a few movies in a row after a few shows in a row. It's a nice balance. But I think this is. I'll have some thoughts about this being a movie as we get into it.
Oh, I have thoughts
this
about this movie for sure.
But this is another 2021 release. Big year. I think this is the most busy Marvel year we've had, despite the fact that it all started like so much of it was TV in the first half and everything. This is, I think, the biggest Marvel year, like the most stuff that came out.
Yeah, for sure.
In 1 year,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of cool. But how successful was this movie is the question. I think this is the most interesting year also to do box office guess. I think we could do budget, and we could guess between 150 and 250 million,
Mm-hmm.
but I would much rather also guess the box office.
I
for
think
this
the
one.
longer we go without doing budget, the more interesting it gets,
Yes. Yeah. 'Cause
So,
I don't really know what this movie cost, but I think have no idea how much this movie made.
man, I don't really care. I'll throw this number out.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say this. And then we
might be a
shall
little low.
see what this movie made.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1. So
Okay.
I said 378 million and you said 400 million.
I almost said 350,
let's
but I
see.
upped it, so.
Let's see what Eternals made. Eternals made $402 million.
Dang.
Right
Clocked
on
it.
the money for Eric.
Clocked it. For such a
It only
banger
made
movie.
164 domestically. Once again, I'm saying only made 164 million. That is very good for a movie that is not as good for a Marvel movie.
That's like really bad for a
and it
Marvel
is-
movie, actually, kind of.
Yeah, internationally it made 237 million, which is pretty good for this phase.
Mm-hmm.
But like 237 is pretty good for international. Like that, a ratio where international is this high, I believe, is pretty wild. While I'm here, I'm gonna find something out. Moana hasn't broken 100 million yet.
Nice.
stay
You love
winning.
to see it.
I stay winning. I did see this movie in theaters.
Really?
You did not.
I did not.
Yeah. So the story of me seeing this movie in theaters is that new Marvel movie came out. I'm living in our hometown, and my brother and I just decided to go see this movie because there's nothing else to do. Because all of my friends are at college, and I guess his friends were probably like away or something. So we saw this on a Thursday night. Me and my brother just saw this movie. I don't think we saw it opening weekend. We might have.
That's
But
dedication right
Me and my
there
brother
if you
just went and saw
did.
this movie. Which is very funny. I think it's the only movie I've ever seen alone with my brother in my entire life. He's like 2 years younger than me, I think it is. Yeah, he's like 18 months pretty much younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the only movie I've ever seen alone with him, which is very funny. But I hate that you get to go first. I think you're gonna really set a tone for this podcast based on what I know about how you think of this movie.
What do you think I think about this movie?
If I had to guess, I would guess that your biggest, because it's going to be all criticisms mainly. I think you're going to say there's too many characters that are all very shallow. It's paced horribly. The overarching like lore and concepts are cool, but none of them are explained enough to matter at all. The dialogue is kind of clunky. Only one of the twists works, and there's a couple of really weird spots in this movie that you just go, huh? I think that's going to be like your main.
I was about to say, is that your review too? Or is that...
I mean, kind of. I'm a little more.
I mean,
I have some positive things to say about this movie.
No, that's pretty much what I have to say. I low-key have a new movie in my bottom 3 MCU movies.
I think this is bottom 3.
I really did not like this movie very much at all.
Because our bottom 3 is what? Dark World.
Hulk is still the worst.
Hulk is still the worst. Yes. Let's be so clear. Let's hit this out of the gate. This is a better movie than Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not exaggerating, a margin.
Yeah.
Not as wide of a margin as I would like, but there's still a margin there.
I just think my bottom 3 is probably This movie's in there, Hulk, and then it's a toss up between like Dark World and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I think that Dark World and Hulk are both worse than this. So here's the thing. I think
Yeah, yeah, yes.
I don't think it's bottom two.
I think this
I don't
movie
know.
pisses
As
me
we go
off a
through it
lot,
again,
though. This movie like really makes me
it does
mad.
makes you what? Sorry, you cut out.
This movie pisses me off a lot. Like
Is it because it could be better?
it's because the theme and the concept behind, like the idea that they try to tackle with the main conflict of the movie is interesting,
It's very cool.
but that is it. That's all
There's some
that's
rough
there.
stuff. I want to be so clear also off rip. Chloe Zhao is who made this movie, right? I'm gonna make
Yeah,
sure
which I have
before
a
just
funny
start.
I don't know if you noticed in the credits at the end of the movie.
She's credited as a writer twice.
Yes. Why?
Yes. I think it's because her and then her writing duo are like they took two separate paths.
Because it says Chloe Zhao and then Chloe Zhao and Patrick Burleigh, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. An interesting choice. I want to be so clear that I think that she was given an insane task.
Mm-hmm.
This, of anything that we have seen so far, with the exception of WandaVision, nothing else should have been a TV show more.
I don't know. I think this movie.
The
yeah, maybe. I don't know.
the idea that they want her to introduce these like 14 characters. How many are there? How many Eternals are there?
Dog, I don't even know. They all started blending in.
They do. The two in the MCU, the 10 Eternals, the 7,000 years they've been on Earth, and also the plot of this movie. Like they want this movie to do so much. This was never going to be a fantastic movie.
No,
yeah. And there are very few timelines where it's like a good, solid outing.
And they for real thought they were going to get a sequel.
Because so here's the thing: the sequel I think was greenlit.
That's crazy.
Before, like the sequel was like in like the big plan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was greenlit, but it was like in the big plan.
Yeah.
I think the Eternals were going to be much more important than they will be going forward.
Yeah, it's just so funny watching this movie. Every bit that they're trying to like sequel bait for.
It's insane. But let's actually talk about it.
Yeah.
I think that sums up both of our review. I think that's a review for both of us.
Yeah, we did like a duo review.
Yeah. I even when I was watching this movie, I was like, Eric's not gonna like this one.
Yeah.
Like just before I rewatched it, I was like, I know Eric's not gonna like this
literally,
one.
it started off. I just started off annoyed when I saw a title crawl in the opening. I was just like, dog.
This movie has to communicate so much information in it's a long movie. It's 2 hours and like 38 minutes.
It's 2.5 hours. It's so long.
It's so long too. That being said, all the criticisms out there, the gold like fluid look of all of their like magic-y tech stuff is good, and I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks cool. I think it's a very unique look, and I say what you want of this movie. A lot of the stuff in it looks very unique. Their powers look unique, and that's fun.
Yeah, I will say, like the finger gun guy, like that power is pretty cool. You don't really see that one. Like, you don't really see that like a ton. And then like the speedster, whatever her name was, I didn't write it down.
Dude, she's my favorite interpretation of super speed put to film.
She's really cool. I really like how it looks.
Like how it's shot. Mm-hmm. It's very cool.
I will say,
I remember that vividly in the trailer.
Yeah, this movie is not flawless in its direction, and that's very like it's very clear in the opening because a guy gets eaten and like the aspect ratio changes for like a frame.
It's so. Is that the most nonchalant death in the MCU though? Can we talk about that?
He's just like,
he's
Father!
like run, and then he like serves, and then he gets eaten. Like it's
and then like I said, the aspect ratio just suddenly changes. It doesn't like do like the cool thing, where it slow changes.
Yeah,
it's just
weird.
It's just so weird, and yeah, it's very funny. I don't know why. I thought it was really funny. I burst out laughing.
Yeah. That being said, I think this opening does well at showing off like, oh, they all have unique powers. I think this opening does well with that, but already you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many of them.
But that's it. Right? That's all we're doing. It's just I mean, sure.
Like the opening, there's so many of them, man. 10 is so many.
The thing is this
I'm gonna
movie
say this throughout like basically the whole movie.
Yeah, no, this movie needs to use its time efficiently. And if the only thing we're doing in the opening is establishing that these people have lived for a long time and they got different powers from each other, dog, we need to do more.
This is the opening of a movie that has a lot less characters in it.
Yeah.
And like it's just tough because I think this movie does well at introducing all the characters and their unique power set. That being said, more needed to be done in this scene to me for it to feel super efficient and super good.
Yeah. And then Time by Pink Floyd Needle Drop? What? Nobody told me about this. I didn't know this.
I did not. I want you to know how much I'm like holding back from talking to you about some of these movies. I'm so glad that I have.
This is the best part of the movie. I was locked in. I was like, okay, hold up.
They do the thing where they say present day again. I'm mad about it.
They say
again.
it.
We talked about
They say it like
week.
4 times in this movie too. They say it like every time we go back and forth.
Yeah. I will say I think the knife is a cool through line. Just like Jack talks about little touches in movies that he doesn't think are great.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think the knife is a cool through line.
Yeah.
Also, I love the design of the deviants.
I
don't.
I think they look weird.
I
think they just look like CGI monster slop. I don't think they look like anything special to me.
I think when they have the like weird like shimmery rainbowness, almost like they almost look like oil slicks. I think then they're cool. In the dark, they look terrible.
I think before one of them stands up and starts talking, they look okay, like they're typical monster fights. But the one that stands up
gonna get there.
and talks later is like ugly, like it's hideous.
We're gonna get there.
Also, why are they British? Why did they do this to me?
No, she's British. He's, I think, Scottish.
I don't know, dude.
He's Hazard from Overwatch.
Yeah, I caught that. Nah. Yeah, I guess it's also, just her.
Dude, can we talk about the fact that one of Kingo's powers are to shoot like blasts out of his fingers?
Yeah.
And Icarus's powers is Superman.
And one of them is just could change matter, which matters later. And then one of them also is just can punch hard.
If I came out, and one of them is just can heal. If my power was can heal and you were Superman, I'd be so mad.
Right? It doesn't make sense. And I know
something I do actually.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Something that I do actually want to praise about this movie and these characters. With that being said, that I'm like I'd be so mad. In the opening and throughout like a lot of this, they're so off-putting. It's such a it's such a line to draw with like the performance, like a fine line to walk. But like they're very stoic and they're all very off-putting. Like they're like we don't know how to interact with normal people. Like most of them are. Like Festus can, the main character whose name I forget at this current moment can. Cersei. She can. But like the second that Icarus has to like act like a normal person, he just can't. And I do like that.
I like it with some of them. I think Icarus makes sense for what we learn about him later.
Yeah.
I guess Sprite, which is a hilarious name. I thought they were making a joke. And then I learned that the character's name is genuinely Sprite.
Yeah.
It's just like, whatever.
This is the most non-binary anyone has ever looked at a Marvel movie.
Literally.
So before we get to Sprite, though, the inability for any superhero to ever be on time is an interesting trope.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie is what made me really think about it. This movie and one of the early Silk runs. I like that she just casually deletes the fossil when the earthquake hits.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I like that she's a teacher. I'll just say I like Cersei, kind of. So.
I think she's characterized well. I think that she feels like a fully, maybe the only one, who feels fully fleshed out.
She like takes like a backseat, I think, a little bit later on in the movie, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And there's just some
10-person ensemble cast,
and it's also just like,
This is like if Stranger Things season 3 was a movie.
Yeah. It's just I wish like they also because I'll just save this for later. I actually have a whole rant, so
Okay.
I don't want to get the rant out yet.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And then she has Dane, her boyf, who is Kit Harington, and he's fine. He doesn't get to do anything in this movie.
I thought he was a W guy, and then he's not in it.
Yeah.
So he just disappears.
Yeah.
So
I like or Sprite, I don't like. Sprite catfishes somebody.
Yeah.
And sets up her arc in a subtle way that I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is going to be like subtle and it's going to be good." Surely. And then Dane, I really like when Dane's like, "Are you a wizard?" like Doctor Strange. And he's like, "No, like I'm pretty sure like you've been doing magic stuff."
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, you're crazy."
Gaslighting, W gaslighting.
W gaslight. And then I love the line. Is that a deviant? Like Sprite just feels so shocked. It's like, we killed all those a few hundred years ago. The delivery is very funny to me.
And then we have CGI fight. Also, Dane is like, he watches Cersei turn the ground into like sand, but he doesn't tell her she's like a wizard now. He says it later when she does it more explicitly. Also directly in front of him.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
This is how I feel when I am playing a support and Winston just like appears at me. Because Cersei can just like change matter to other matter and Sprite can make illusions. Neither of them can kill this thing.
Yeah.
It's like, look, man, this is awesome, but like, I'm one Kiriko. I'm not gonna kill this Winston. He's at full health and he just bubbled.
And Suzu on cooldown. You're cooked.
Suzu on cooldown. I'm cooked.
TP on cooldown. You TP'd in. It's over.
Yeah. I TP'd in and then Suzu'd my tank, and then my tank died instantly. Dane is just like me though, because he wants to be a giraffe when he was younger, and that's a true fact about me, is that I wanted to be a giraffe when I was younger.
Aww.
So this is the first moment where I was like, man, they handed Chloe Zhao an impossible task. When now she has to in-universe justify, why didn't the Eternals stop the Holocaust?
Or Thanos, or anything. I wrote the exact same thing.
It's genuinely hard to fault the movie for this. Because you're like, this is... And because the thing is, straight up, if they don't bring it up in the movie, everybody asks the question. If they do bring it up in the movie, it's handled not well, because there's no way to handle it that isn't just, we were instructed not to. And it's like, well, that sucks.
Yeah. And it also doesn't make sense for lore that they drop later. So.
Correct. But, once again, hard to... Okay, the Thanos thing, that's easy to fault the movie for. When he's like, there's like been wars and devastation. Why didn't you stop anybody? And she's like, we were told not to. And it's like, that reasoning sucks. And you get that reasoning sucks, right? Like, from like a character perspective. But we go to Babylon now.
Yeah.
Oh, also Icarus appears, I guess, and he fights the thing.
Yeah, I guess. Who cares?
Babylon, though, from the Bible. There's a little bit of foreshadowing in here that I like.
Well, I also do kind of find it funny that in this beginning part, when there's like too many characters like talking, and they're like talking too much about the lore, they throw like a fight in.
Yes.
To keep your brain activated, I guess.
I'm so mixed on these flashbacks, because on one hand, I think that you need them to like establish these characters' relationships with each other. But on the other hand, all it does is be like, and this is our other one-dimensional character, Thena. She fights a lot, but sometimes her brain no working. And it's like, okay, man, I guess that's 2 dimensions.
And meet her boyfriend, who can punch really hard and defend himself from her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, I think that this scene, I think the Cersei and Icarus stuff in this flashback works well. And maybe there shouldn't have been 10 Eternals in this movie.
Is this the one where they hook up?
This is the first MCU sex scene that I saw in a theater with my brother.
Well, I mean, it's very brief though. It's like
it's very brief. It truthfully, like, neither of us brought it up, but there was a moment of like, this is funny.
Yeah.
This is funny that this is what's happening.
Well, I've seen The Lighthouse with my dad, so I think I've probably done worse.
That's true.
My
dad asked if we wanted to watch Oppenheimer as a family, and I was like, I don't actually know. I don't want to do that.
I haven't seen Oppenheimer's or... Oh, wait. Yeah, no, never mind.
There's a pretty explicit sex scene. There's a couple of them, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You should watch Oppenheimer. It's a good movie.
I know, but I don't know if you've watched The Lighthouse. Okay.
I have not.
I'm not going to. if you know, you know.
Is that the one where Willem Dafoe gets his peener out?
Yeah, and there's more. There's worse in it. Because if I actually saw his peener, I'm like, anyways. Then
we flash forward to the Gupta Empire, and they get married.
Yay!
It's funny because it's fast in the movie, but it's been like hundreds of years, so I'm chill with it. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. It's just that I don't know if I want to go into my full a million question rant yet, but like also in the Babylon scene, they're talking about like developing like the steam powered machine or whatever, the steam powered engine.
Yeah. Steam engine.
And they're like, we can't interfere too much. We can't let them develop too much. And it's like, I'm going to put a pin in that, I guess, for later, for the big lore drop later.
You put a pin in that.
So.
Is it the Festus lore drop?
No, it's the Cersei one. Like when we get the god stuff. Anyways.
Okay. So we go back to forward in time where they're gonna go see Ajax.
Mm-hmm.
And they Uber driver to Cersei. This isn't important, but they made Cersei drive, and then Icarus and Sprite are sitting in the back seat. And as someone who this has happened to, where I was driving a friend and his girlfriend somewhere, and they both sat in the back seat for the entire hour-long drive. Mm-hmm. What are you guys doing?
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
Well, it's also
this also happened to my buddy Jacob.
It's also like he can just fly them, probably.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Oh my gosh, Icarus, fly there and talk to Ajax.
Because
and then we'll drive there.
There is genuinely a thing in this movie where they just are going to literally everywhere across the... They go to the Amazon rainforest. And they just walk there?
But we have to see them drive this one time, which I think is funny.
Like, how did they... Are they teleporting that I don't know about? But no, we have to watch them drive this one time from London to what, South Dakota?
Yeah.
What?
Do they have passports?
There's no way. It doesn't... Because what are they going to put for their date of birth? Oh my god, bro.
Okay, so do they have passports? Because I think that when you have your passport, they're checking what country you're coming from and where you're going. And so they're just going to see that Icarus, who was probably last in like Scotland, no, who's last in America, is now getting on a plane to go to America. That's weird. How'd you get here?
It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense.
And also, why did you Uber driver your friend and your ex, Cersei? That's also insane.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like this is like a nitpick, but on the deeper, it's like actually a criticism of the movie because they genuinely just teleport from place to place with no explanation. When they've shown previously that they would just drive somewhere with a guy that can fly them.
I don't know, man.
Anyways.
But Ajax dead.
Yeah, so I guess they can for real die.
Shout out to Sprite's actor's performance here. I think this is a good performance, and I like how Sprite and Cersei like expressed just like immediate grief. Like they've been together for 7,000 years, and they all live forever, and like none of them have ever died before, as far as they know, and so it must just be wild for them.
Yeah, that's what I actually do admittedly find the character concept of, these characters that they live forever,
Yeah.
And they when one of them dies, this is obviously like a huge deal.
Yeah.
Like, this is
I
not
find it
heard
incredibly
of.
compelling.
Yeah, I do admittedly really like that idea.
Also, I like Icarus's acting in this scene, but for a different reason.
I can't even like picture his acting in this movie. I'm not gonna
lie. He just looks a lot more like you could initially on. So here's the thing. I obviously knew the Icarus twist going into this movie because I'd seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
You did not.
No, I kind of
correct.
I kind of knew he turned evil because like the trailers and stuff. I remember shooting lasers and stuff. And...
Oh, okay. I think that how he acts for a majority of this movie is very good. I think his performance is quite good. I think it's very good at balancing between like, is this Icarus being stoic as we've seen him, or is this him disagreeing with what they're doing and like playing the game though? And I like it. I think it's a good performance. On top of that, the idea that the deviants are taking their powers and evolving is awesome and also incredibly NieR coded. This entire movie is very NieR coded. NIER, NieR. This means nothing to Eric, but to the 3 people in the audience who have watched Eternals, listened to our podcast, and have played either of the NieR games. Probably both if you played one. It's a very NieR coded idea, and it's very cool, and I like it a lot.
I'm not gonna give the movie too much credit for this one though, but you had it.
No, it's a cool idea. It just doesn't go anywhere.
It's a cool idea that it doesn't go anywhere, and it's also like I've seen it before, so I kind of expected there to be something more.
Yeah, I was hoping there should be something more. But I like the idea of the deviant becoming more quote unquote human, and like talking and stuff afterwards. But it doesn't go anywhere. And like that's my issue is that it kind of doesn't matter. But in like a different timeline for this movie where the main villain still stays the deviants as the whole thing, but it's like the deviants becoming more human and the deviants end up like being the Eternals. And like you get that kind of a thing. I think it'd be cool. It's cool lore that doesn't go anywhere in the movie. That I'm like, I like that. I think it's a cool idea. It's a shame it doesn't go anywhere. And then Cersei gets a golden orb.
Yeah, she gets the orb into her throat.
Yep.
And then we go back to like what? I don't remember.
Flashback again to Tenochtitlan. I don't know how to pronounce this one.
Yeah.
Tenochtitlan.
The lip filler on Angelina Jolie in this movie is crazy, by the way. I don't know if you clocked that.
The iPhone face is, I think, most of the time a criticism levied at people for no reason. The issue is she's just Angelina Jolie. Like, it's kind of the Harrington problem, but like you look at all the other people and you're like, okay, they're the character, and they're like, oh, that's Angelina Jolie. Like,
it's so it is admittedly really distracting for me this whole movie. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair. That you're just like, oh, that's Angelina Jolie.
Well, it's also it's because every fight scene where she's in it, she pulls out like her shield and her spear or whatever, swings like once or twice, and then stands there and holds a pose so the camera can zoom in on her face to remind you it's Angelina Jolie. Yeah, so she can serve face. And then she swings a couple more, and then she soft loses every fight, except for the end.
And the camera cuts away.
Yeah. And then the camera cuts.
You're right. Mad Weary is also very NieR coded. This movie is so NieR coded. And a very cool idea. I like the idea of Mad Weary. And I think this movie does enough with it, honestly, to justify it. For the first half, and then it kind of just disappears. But I like where this movie takes it for a little bit.
It's an interesting idea. It stops here.
It stops a few scenes later.
I think the interesting things kind of just stops here, where it's like
that's fair.
There's nothing. This is as far as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think it's a cool idea though. And then Druig brings up his idea, which is we can just fix everything.
Yeah, he's like, well, why don't I just mind control everybody to stop killing each other?
And here's my question. Why does Ajax hate that idea?
Can I talk about it later?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
I want to talk about that when the lore dump of what the Eternals actually are doing on Earth happens.
Okay, cool. And then is this what like people felt like when One Direction broke up? You think?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know what to say.
I don't know
because it's just
okay. Let's go to Mumbai.
It's just like it's supposed to be like this big. Oh my god, they're breaking up.
But we already know they're. We already know they're not hanging out with each other because of the rest of the movie.
The rest of the movie, and it's also like I don't know you people. I'm convinced some of you people haven't even talked to each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, what are we doing? It's also like, no, actually, I'll talk about that later. I was going to talk about the Druid stuff, but,
okay. Mumbai. I like that Kingo's valet just knows they're Eternals.
I was about to say,
that's funny.
This is kind of, besides like the Pink Floyd needle drop, actually like my favorite part of the movie. Because I actually really like Kingo and his valet.
Yeah, I like Kingo a lot in this movie. I have one big criticism of the scene, but I like Kingo in this scene, and in this movie. I think to me, he is the most like I've adjusted, man. Like he made himself like a dynasty of Bollywood. That's funny, and like he has good banter with the rest of them that doesn't feel super mean spirited.
Yeah, he's actually kind of funny, just like a little bit. As funny as this movie can kind of let you be, because it's not very.
Yeah. Yeah. That doesn't have time.
Yeah, and then he says we got BTS to do a cameo.
It's a really funny line. Yeah. I will say though, what is weird is the way that his conflict kind of doesn't exist, and he goes, I can't just leave all these people. And then his valet goes, yeah, you can. And he goes, I guess I can.
Yeah.
And then he just does.
For the whole movie. By the way, that's
everybody's conflict.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
And
I think he's a character that falls apart by the end. But I do find
100%.
I like him right now.
This movie does love to do the I can't though. I can't leave who I have here. Hey, you should leave who you have here. Okay, I guess I'll leave who I have here. Like it loves it. And I'm like and like I called it out in this first one. I was like, I kind of don't like his conflict. The fact that it doesn't exist, it's very strange. And then I called it out later, and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah. It's just this movie's so surface level.
Because it introduced 10 characters that lived 7,000 years.
Yeah, and then I think it's really funny how we get on the plane and we're supposed to have like this character interactions, and we got Cersei for real bonding with Icarus over Snapchat filters.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like
I wrote down eternal phone addiction.
Yeah, this is supposed to be like the cutesy couple moment, even though she has a boyfriend and he abandoned her, and it's just over Snapchat filters.
I remember when me and my partner bonded over Snapchat filters. Specifically the one of the hot dog. I'm making this up. This didn't happen.
I was wondering. I was like, what?
I'm just fully lying to you. Oh my gosh, came in and took away the teriyaki sauce.
No.
It's weird though. It's a very weird thing. So give me 1 second. So then we go to Australia.
Yeah.
And I had a realization.
Yeah.
This movie is like the Muppets 2011 if Kermit died.
Yeah. And also, this bitch Thena crazy.
She is drawing the end of worlds. That's for sure.
It's so Miss Piggy's drawing the end of worlds.
I guess. I mean, I know. I say Kermit died just because Kermit is to me the de facto leader of it. It's maybe closer to if Gonzo died, just like one of them died, and they still have to like get everyone else together because they still have to raise all the money. Like that's how it feels.
Yeah.
The twist hasn't happened yet, though, has it? No. Okay.
No, it's coming. It's coming soon, though, and I'm excited to talk about it.
So Gilgamesh and Thena make me sad. I think that I actually really like their relationship and like how this movie sets it up. I wish I had more depth, like everything in this movie. But I really like this idea, this dynamic of like, I don't know. I think it's a cute dynamic.
Yeah, it's a character dynamic. It's not.
It's progress.
It's something. And then they have like their dinner scene or whatever, and they're talking about like spit beer, and they're talking about, reminiscing or whatever. I honestly don't really remember.
I have a question.
Yeah.
They mention Thor.
Yeah.
And Odin.
Yeah.
They just know them casually?
Don't you know these characters are like supposed to be super important, dude? They're gonna be.
What are we doing?
They're gonna be here. They're gonna be Eternals for forever. Also, who does lead the Avengers now? Sam as Cap? No?
Great question. No idea.
Okay. All right, and then
but also,
yeah, no, go ahead.
I have a couple more things before.
Yeah.
The twist.
Yeah.
One, Sprite says, "Remember who you are," and all I can think of was a scene from The Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
He says it to Athena. They kind of have like a "this isn't you" moment with Athena. This dinner scene to me is like a family reunion, but like if everybody hated each other. Like,
yeah, what is going on?
They're all really mean to each other, and like to me, like, oh, it's just banter. No, some of this is like Sprite's anguish about not aging has been brought up multiple times already in the movie, and it seems like it's not subtle for them.
Mm-mm.
Like, for Sprite the character and for all the Eternals, like, it's not subtle at all. So them just like keep it like it's like something that like she really has a problem with, and the way that they're all so mean to her about it, I'm like, y'all have coexisted for 7,000 years and haven't had a conversation about boundaries.
It's just also like they talk about how much they're family and they want to get back together with each other, and it's just like, but why? You guys don't really look like you like each other.
And it's not like the Guardians' dysfunctional family where it's like, oh, but you all have your back. No, they don't, as we see later.
Mm-hmm.
They all left because they all had disagreements about things.
Yeah.
And half of them don't trust the other one.
Mm-hmm. It's just it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's so boring too. I watched this movie yesterday. I barely remember this.
This is probably, by the way, about 40 minutes into the movie.
Yeah. And it gets worse.
The pacing gets worse too. We first have the best scene in the movie.
We already had the Pink Floyd needle drop.
My bad. The scale of Celestials in this movie is something that this movie does incredibly well.
Yeah, it's cool.
They feel big. And him explaining the emergence is cool. I like this lore. This is a very good reveal, and it does come like 40 minutes into this movie. Like I think this is the big twist of the movie. I think and I like it.
I think this twist is. I didn't see this coming, I guess. I don't know. Hold on. I think this is just so weird, though. There's so much of this that just doesn't make sense to me. Why do Celestials need specifically intelligent life to be born? Why is it just now being born? Why is 7 to 8 billion enough? Is he full enough? How does a Celestial eat that before the Earth explodes? The Eternals are just all robots? I guess. I don't know,
man. I think it's cool lore, but I don't have explanations for you. This movie doesn't offer you explanations.
And then like I called them erasing their memories, that's obvious. But like I didn't see him creating the deviants.
It's a good twist too.
And so Eternals are basically just new deviants, which is not a bad twist or whatever. But then this doesn't make sense when they're like, oh no, we can't interfere with humanity. But wouldn't actively helping them and stopping wars lead to quicker development of humanity, which would mean more humans? So your mission would get done quicker. Why are you not allowed to interfere?
Well, this is what Festus says later. He says, nothing accelerates like war. Nothing accelerates
boo-hoo.
Like war.
Cry me a river. You can control minds.
Simply not true. Simply not true. You know what accelerates progress? Having the guy give you a steam engine.
Yeah. Having the guy
curing all your diseases.
Giving you guys steam engines, giving you guys like infinite water and food. And also, if anyone does try to start a war, you have a guy that can control minds. What? It doesn't make any sense.
Now, you might be thinking, Jack and Eric, you guys are sitting here and you're proposing a 10-person fascist system where they just kind of rule the planet. Yeah, that's the most efficient way to get
a Celestial.
The Celestial born. Do I think it's ethical or morally right? No. But neither is having a planet of 7 billion people wiped out for one Celestial to be born.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're dealing with unethics here, but we're dealing with it's like a tycoon where we're talking about efficiency.
Yeah. Like, I do think this reveal is cool, though. I think this is like a good twist for this movie to kind of shift everything.
I mean, it gives the stories, it gives the characters something to do besides just fight CGI monsters.
Mm-hmm. This is also cool. There's a couple of things. One, this is foreshadowed in 2 ways. Kind of. One, Cersei's talk is about apex predators. And that's what the deviants are. That's cool. And 2, Dane is talking about like poetry and things being like born within other things. When Cersei is late. And that's cool. I like it when movies do that. Do I think that that's like a big boon to this movie that like everything's okay now? No. But I do want to call out that I like that. And I think it's cool.
Yeah. This movie's still dumb as shit,
That being said,
like, this movie's dumb as hell.
With spoiler warnings abound, this is the plot of Steven Universe.
Yeah.
This is the plot of season 3 of Steven Universe.
And it's just so much better.
And high key, Steven Universe does it better.
Steven Universe mogs. It clears it so hard. It's not even funny.
When I'm telling you that I paused my movie and I was like, this is just NieR and Steven Universe combined. Which is crazy. These are 2 things that I enjoy quite a bit and I like quite a bit. And yet, this just ain't it.
No.
But this is just the plot of Steven Universe.
This is the plot of Steven Universe, but like, since it's not, it's just there's so many more plot holes. It's so. Yeah. How did Steven Universe have less plot holes? What are we doing?
Rebecca Sugar, man.
Yeah, I was about to say, she at least can write good characters and good songs. Clearly. I mean, whatever, man. So yeah, I like
Cersei immediately telling all of them.
Yeah. And then they also are like, well, we gotta go recruit everybody. Dog, how do y'all know where each other are at right now?
I don't think Druid ever left his area.
Yeah, but like
the rest of them, I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say, how do they track each other? Because like it's been like hundreds of years since they've seen each other. For a good chunk of them. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
It's the same thing with like the transportation thing.
Yeah.
Which also ties into that same question, so, but
we go to the Amazon now.
I will, okay. I'll give this movie a credit.
Druid became a cult leader.
I'll give this movie a credit. Conceptually. I like the idea that the story is about them saving all life on Earth, so that means that they're going to go to basically everywhere on Earth and talk to all kinds of diverse people, like, throughout the story. Conceptually, I like that idea. Does this movie do it well? No, of course not. But I like the idea.
Once again, I'm going to praise the concepts of this movie. There are some very cool concepts and ideas in this
movie. That's why it's very the premise behind this movie of, you know, stopping the Celestial from being born to save humanity, and they choose, like, they have to make choices on if they want to, you know, save the Celestial, save humanity or whatever, and most of them choose to save humanity. I love the hope core. I love that. I love the core ideal that they choose humanity. It's just this movie does not execute it remotely well.
True.
So, yeah, now we're in the Amazon.
Druid becomes a cult leader.
Yep.
And then, Druid asks Kingo's valet, like, you know, how do you put up with the fact that you guys do wars and terrible things? And he goes, I think we must learn from our mistakes and do better. That's a bar. Imagine being 7,000 plus years old and just getting owned.
Yeah.
Getting owned by, I think that we can actually be better as people.
I like the valet, so I'm okay with this.
Yeah. I think he does very well at not overstaying his welcome in the bits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the bit here he has where he like keeps breaking his camera.
Yeah. Funny.
Mm.
I like Druig's reaction too. To learning the truth, where he's just kind of like, nah.
I mean I think he's just a weird character where his motives are never really. I never really understand him. He's very wishy-washy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
I actually really like the scene where Kingo clocks Sprite. It's like, oh, because you're in love with Icarus. And I was like, oh wow, this is like a rare moment of like genuine emotion from the both of them. It's like really good scene. Oh, and it's immediately undercut with the joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yup, and then another fight starts too.
He goes, there's something I need to tell you. Fight starts.
Yeah.
Losing my mind. Dane is asking all the right questions. Shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
But then the fight starts. Cool inventive powers from Cersei. I like how she uses her powers here, where she like takes like a chunk out of the tree, throws it into water.
Mm-hmm.
There's cool stuff in here. I like the effect on Thena's eyes whenever she's losing it. That's fun.
I mean, sure, they just go white.
Yeah, but like I like the glitching around her face and then her eyes go white. I think it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like. Here's a weird praise. The sound design on Icarus's laser eyes is really good.
No, I agree. Actually, I thought
like,
about that too.
It's not like normal laser eye sounds. It's cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I wish just with these CGI monster fights, I wish we could tell how strong everybody was. Because like Druig is kind of useless in this fight, except when he's like telling everybody to shoot guns, but the guns don't do any damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then she throws a steel tree on one of the demons, and it doesn't really do much besides trap it for a minute. And then Icarus is like shooting lasers, and sometimes it kills them, and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes
there's no
it's just there's no consistency. It's just I don't know.
You don't know how strong anything is because of that.
And I think it just makes these monster fights just really boring for me.
That's fair. I like the deviant stabbing Gilgamesh and like becoming more human out of it. That's cool if they were going to do something with it, which they don't. But this is NieR. It's a cool idea. It doesn't go anywhere, which is sad.
Yeah, and Icarus should have died like multiple times in this too, because he was like fully under a monster on his tummy. He lived. I was like, this dude was dead to rights. He should have been gone.
Yep. R.I.P. Gilgamesh.
Yeah, sure. He got kind of
that pie you made looks really good.
Yeah. And then the deviant starts talking. I thought this was so weird. Yeah. He's trying to be Ultron so bad.
I think the idea of it is cool, but then it immediately doesn't go anywhere, and so looking back on it, it kind of sucks.
It's so weird. It comes out of nowhere. Like, he's like whispering earlier, sure, or something. But then now he's just like full on sentence monologuing about like saying some Ultron type shit. It's just like, what are we doing?
A moment that is cool that I do like, praise for this movie from Jack, is one of the characters says, like they said, like, oh, they're developing they're developing empathy and like feelings, and somebody goes, that makes them dangerous, and Cersei says, that makes them us. That's a cool thread that I wish this movie pulled on.
Yeah,
the fact that they were both made by the Celestial, and I wish that this movie rang that bell.
I think this is the last time they talk about it.
Yes.
So
that sucks.
And then they give.
And we go to Hiroshima.
Well, first they do they do the Gilgamesh funeral now, or is that after Hiroshima?
That's now.
Okay. I like that I think it's funny that they give Gilgamesh a funeral, but then the leader is just like, they didn't. They didn't do that.
It happened off screen, I guess.
I guess. Or they just didn't like her very much.
I don't know.
Anyways, yeah, we go to Hiroshima.
Hiroshima. This scene would hit a lot harder if he mattered as a character before this very moment.
Yeah. So he was also told not to interfere with humans, but then he helped them make the atom bomb?
I guess. That or like he's just like, because I gave them any technology, this is what they did.
I mean,
but that doesn't come through.
Yeah, sure, dog, whatever. And then
anyway, so this next scene has a character named Jack and a character named Isaac, which is funny.
Yeah.
Because me and my brother were watching it together in theaters.
I didn't think about that. Oh my god.
So 2 reasons why this movie was funny to watch with my brother in theaters. Welcome. We have the MCU's first openly gay side character.
Yeah. It's the first gay character in cinemas, Jack. Can you believe it?
The first gay character to ever be in cinemas.
It's like
crazy.
You can cut this out, but it's like when Star Wars were like, this is the first gay character in Star Wars, and it's like a shot of 2 girls kissing.
Yeah, but despite the fact that 4 years before that, there was a gay character in one of the books.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
it was like a huge deal at the time. Superman gets mentioned.
Yeah.
And Star Wars gets mentioned.
And I'm not gonna lie, the kid, when he's like, oh yeah, I saw you with the cape or whatever, and Edgar's like, I don't wear a cape. He goes, oh sorry, and it's really good. It was actually a really good delivery.
This kid's really funny.
He was actually, like, I'm giving props to a child actor, dude. Like, it's this movie's good.
The acting is not the problem in this movie.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is that's like my favorite. I think that's like the funniest delivery in the movie.
That's true. But then Festus is like, I can't go. I got a son and a husband. And then the husband goes, you should go. And he goes, you're right, I should go. And then he just goes.
Yeah, and also Fastos being like, I'm giving up on humanity. They're irredeemable. And then he goes and has a husband and a son and starts a family together.
Humanity's irredeemable, has gay sex once. Well,
you know what?
Well, actually.
And then he's like, you know what? Not. I won't go fight in the battle that will save your guys' lives. I'm not going to do that, actually. And then his husband is like, I think you should probably do that. And he says, okay.
He's like, oh, okay. Dude, I thought that they ought to play Can't Help Falling in Love, like the Elvis song. It's the same chord progression, it's just a different song.
Yeah, it's a Fallout song. Did you not know this?
No.
Yeah, it's a Fallout song. And then the first gay kiss.
I guess that
No, go ahead.
I guess that counts as a callback to Hiroshima then.
Yeah.
Fallout.
Yep, and then the first gay kiss in cinemas happens in the MCU.
Yes. First gay kiss in cinematic history. Also, notice how his name's Fastest, but he's not the character with super speed. You ever think about that?
Curious. Peculiar.
Curious. Then we go to Iraq.
Yes. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Unimind thing, he's like, I can make a Unimind. And then it cuts to Thena, and she's standing in the exact same pose as the statue next to her, which is one of my favorite gags in movies, is when this happens.
Yeah. I also...
and I thought it was silly.
I thought Mind Control Guy decided not to help them, but I guess I missed that he said he would or something.
Nope, he's here now.
But also, this plan is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, this shit does not make any sense.
Just send him back to sleep, and then we'll just have all of humanity leave.
It's so dumb.
Y'all have been living among humans. You know this ain't
And they're like,
work.
We can buff each other with our infinite cosmic energy. You can?
We can MacGuffin our MacGuffin if we MacGuffin.
And also,
it's not the right use of the word
they
MacGuffin.
reference Noah's Ark.
They do reference Noah's Ark.
So, that begs the question.
Did they know Jesus?
Did they meet Jesus Christ?
And second of all, how did it? So let's just say that they met Jesus Christ, which means that the Bible is real.
Yes.
Which means that the Christian God is real.
Or hold on, wait. It either means that they for sure know Christianity is either 100% true or 100% false, because they've lived through those times. They were on Earth during biblical times. So they either know...
But due to Sprite being like, the Bible, like being like Noah's Ark, I would assume it means it's true.
Or is it just because it's so culture? It's just like ingrained in culture that they're referencing it, or is it real?
I don't know. But my bit relies on them thinking on it being real, so I'm gonna go with it's real.
Okay, so Jesus Christ existed in the MCU, and the Eternals chose not to help him.
Well, he didn't need don't. He doesn't want to get hell. He wanted to get because he has to die to get resurrected.
Well, yeah, but they didn't know that.
No, I have a bigger thing with this.
Okay.
This means that the Christian God, is real.
Mm-hmm.
In Christianity, he's called the God of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So this means that they learned about all of this. They all know Christian God is real. They then learned that this planet is going to be sacrificed to a celestial, and their first thought wasn't, let's pray to God, or, oh, hey, I feel like the God of the universe is going to step in because he sent his son here.
Mm-hmm.
So this planet must be important. So we should stop this happening for God.
Yeah.
The true Christian God.
But then them not immediately doing that, does that not imply that they didn't actually see Jesus Christ and stuff?
I think it implies that Christianity is not true in the MCU.
That's what I'm leaning towards. And they also call, like...
I think the existence of the Eternals implies that no religion is true.
That's what I'm saying. Because, like, Celestials and stuff like that, too, they called, like, Celestials God. They call the Celestial a God.
Yeah, I think that the existence of the Eternals means that all religions are false in the MCU.
Yeah.
Which does make Miss Marvel awkward.
Oh, God. I don't know what that means yet, but that statement is awesome. It's just
the existence of the Eternals implies that there are no true religions on Earth.
Because because I mean they'd be calling if they know for sure.
Wait, no, because the Norse gods are real. So there's one true religion on Earth, and it's the Norse.
The Norse religion that's not truly real in the MCU.
No, that's true. That's the one that's right. The rest of them
but not everything happened in Norse mythology. That is like accurate to our canon, Thor and Loki's and stuff.
That's true.
And also Athena is Athena. Like they say that, so she was just LARPing as a god.
I would assume Phastos is Hephaestus.
Yeah. And Icarus has, the whole wings thing.
Yeah. So are they then like the gods of like?
I think they were LARPing as like gods at that point, like just having fun.
Yeah, so the city of Athens is named after Athena.
Mm-hmm.
In our universe.
Yeah.
What that implies is in the MCU on Earth 1999999 that Athens is named after Athena.
Mm-hmm.
But not Athena, the Greek goddess.
Mm-hmm.
No, because he calls her the goddess of war, which also, Athena is kind of the goddess of war. She's primarily the goddess of wisdom, but also the goddess of wise decisions in battle, while Ares is normally the god of war, but whatever. The point is, I read Percy Jackson as a kid. The point is,
we took Latin for 3 years, too. They referenced
Thor. Yeah, they referenced like Odin and Thor, but they don't reference like Zeus, Poseidon.
I was literally just thinking that too.
Aren't real.
So is there a chance that Noah's Ark happened, but Jesus Christ was not born and did not exist?
I don't think so.
But then, so are they? It's just so funny. They're so sneaky. They could be like, yeah, for sure, Jesus was real, or yeah, for sure, Jesus wasn't real. Like they know. They know.
This is what I want out of Eternals too. I want Sprite to look directly down the barrel of the camera and say, "I met Jesus." and he was real.
Also,
he did all of those things.
Phastos is like at least bisexual. And it's just like, dog, I was told not to intrude. We have to let humanity develop. We are a deep story there, answering all our plot holes. Noah's Ark was real. It's just...
Was Noah's Ark real?
I don't know.
I can't tell if Sprite is implying that they were all around for Noah's Ark, or if that it's not real.
Because it's just it's a joke. Like, they're making it in a joke in a movie. Because they're like, what are we supposed to do? Take 2 humans at a time or something? To, like, when they're talking about, like, moving...
Yeah, Sprite says 2 of every animal.
Yeah. It's just... Okay, we can move on.
But it implies that either they watched that happen because they've been here. Because I think Mesopotamia is pre...
Well, it implies they were either here and watched it, or they know, like,
for a fact that it happened.
They either know for a fact it happened, or that Christianity has been lying for so long.
Yeah, they either know if it's completely true or completely not.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm saying is, I think that the Eternals should have showed up in Miss Marvel and explicitly confirmed the Islam faith or denied the Islam faith.
Yeah. That would be the humane thing to do.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about this until she referenced Noah's Ark, by the way.
No, I did not think about Christianity in the MCU until
I didn't even think about it for this movie, and it says 5000 BC. Before
it does say before Christ.
Which I did not just think about until now.
Young Earth creationist watching this movie. The Earth is not 5,000 years old.
No, that's when, like, it was still fresh. Like, it was only 1,000 years old at that point. Anyways. Movie. Where are we?
Icarus betrays them and goes, I'm leaving. And then Sprite goes full pick me.
Yes. Sprite sucks, which is the first time I ever said that.
This is where Sprite's character just gets annihilated.
Yeah.
We then flash to 6 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we get the reveal that Icarus knew the whole time. This is a good reveal. I think this is a good reveal that Icarus knew about the emergence the whole time.
I agree to a point, and I'll get to it later.
Okay. Ajax goes, no thanks. And it's a good twist because the second viewing, it's very obvious. And then Ajax, when he stopped the emergence, specifically because the Avengers brought everyone in the universes back. And this is an example of a trope that I love that doesn't happen too often, but is happening more often, which is Earth-changing people who don't think that they should be able to change.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I think it's cool. And then Icarus kills Ajax, and then I guess feels sad afterwards.
I do like that Ajax was literally about to do exactly what Cersei is doing in this movie. Like, she was for real about to go, like, stop the emergence and everything and reunite everybody. And then, Icarus happened, so.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then what happens here? I didn't write very good notes.
Well, okay, I guess the Sprite hasn't gone full pick me yet. This is where we get super speed.
Oh yeah, where she runs awesome. Around. Yeah, I like that.
That was in the trailer, and everybody was like, "That's sick." The Icarus betrayal makes sense. I love them putting together that Icarus killed Ajax. I love that, like, it's all like you can see it click for them all at the same time.
I will.
That's cool.
There is a line here I want to talk about. It's where Thena is talking about killing, like, the main, like, demon deviant guy.
Yeah.
As like, for whatever his name was that died.
For Gilgamesh, yeah.
Yeah, and then someone says, revenge won't bring peace for you, Thena. And then she says, but killing it might. That's the same thing.
That's just revenge.
That's the same thing. Dog.
And then she swerves at the camera.
I was about to say, she thought she ate that so bad, she did a face card at the camera.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Betrayal scene.
This is where we get also one of my favorite moments of, like, just how, like, the powers look, which is, like, the gold tracing around Kingo's hands as he, like, starts to, like, charge up. That's sick. Sprite goes full pick me, and then so this is where Athena just doesn't have a problem with, like, blacking out for the rest of the movie.
I also just want to say, I think this is kind of where Icarus falls apart.
Completely, yes, true.
Because he's cool with letting the Eternals die unknowingly to the emergence, but he wants to protect them from the deviants at the same time. Because the only reason he goes to London is to protect Cersei from the deviants, But dog, she's about to die from the emergence anyway.
No, they don't die during the emergence.
What happens to them?
This Fascist says this later, that this is how Cersei is able to do her big power moment, is because they tap into the power of the Celestial when it's born to shield themselves from the emergence.
I did not catch that at all. Are you sure?
Yes, because I wrote down a note that was like, how are they uniting without the bracelets? And it's immediately explained in a little bit.
Well, regardless, Icarus just does. I still don't think he makes sense. Because he wants to protect his family from the deviants. But now he's like, if any of you get in my way, I will kill you. And it's like, they talk about how much they care about each other. And then he's like, I've always wanted to fight you. And it's like, bruh, what do you want?
I think he kind of 180s fat. He 180s into like dark and edgy villain instead of being like, I'm sorry, I don't want to do this, but we have to let this happen. He's like, I'll kill all of you.
And it's like, dog.
Yeah.
Then why did you even interfere with the deviants in the first place? Oh my god. And then Sprite falls in love with Icarus thousands of years ago off screen, so she loves him and she goes with him.
Sprite's character gets fully assassinated in like the last 30 minutes of this movie. Sprite being like unrequited with Icarus, I'm fine with. I think that's a good character beat and can give her like some good stuff to work with. And not what it does. Not what this movie does though.
I think it's a weird character beat that needs justification and it doesn't. Get it?
I don't know, because I think it's implied that like they all like the Sprite isn't a child.
Yeah.
She just looks like one. And so like I think that it's fair that she falls in love with Icarus. And then like because even you get that scene with Kingo being like, hey, you've been in love with Icarus. And Sprite's like, yeah, man, but I'm a
like
child.
When? They're telling that's my thing. Yeah. They tell me so much in this movie, but they don't show me. It's the perfect Logan movie.
I don't know, man. If you're not Sprite is constantly like averting her eyes when Cersei and Icarus are together, constantly like longing glances at Icarus. They're like they Uber driver Cersei. I don't think it's subtle. It's purposely not subtle. Kingo even says like it's not subtle.
Well, yeah, but it's just they keep just talking about it. I don't think they show it.
I think this movie shows a lot of stuff. I don't think this is one of them.
I don't know. I just also don't like Sprite, which is again not a sentence I think I would say.
It's your favorite pop.
Yeah, my favorite sody pop. I don't know. I don't think Sprite's whole. I just also think it's weird for me personally.
The last 30 minutes of Sprite sucks.
Yeah.
But I think the first 2 hours of Sprite is fine.
It's just that it's a thing that's in the background though. It's never really something that they focus on, except for the Kingo thing, and then he gets like punched or something from a deviant. So then I don't care anymore.
I don't know. I think it's spelled out pretty explicitly through like how the characters are interacting with each other. Personally, I don't know though. Here's the test. We'll have Logan watch the movie and see if he can pick up on it.
Yeah, true. He likes movies that tells him more.
That was the most insane thing anyone's ever said. So then they just immediately take Druig out of the fight with a rock.
Kingo just, like, also just leaves.
Icarus. Yeah, Kingo leaves. Sure, I guess.
Which, all right, I guess he's literally just like, well, Icarus is stronger than us, so I'm just gonna leave.
So I'm out. Bye.
It's like
wild.
Okay.
It's so wild. So Icarus just immediately solos Druig.
Yes.
Like, yeah, man.
Because nobody's even like distracting him too hard right now. Like,
no.
It's just.
But then.
Yeah. I don't
know what their plan was.
I don't exactly. Why is the plan to put the Celestial to sleep instead of just trying to like kill it? And besides it like being impossible.
I don't know. I guess they're just like trying to stall for time.
I mean, sure. I guess. I don't know,
man. Super speed looks really, really good. It looks awesome. I love her just kind of like beating up Icarus for a while. I think this fight against Icarus is pretty good. I think the uses of powers is creative, and I like the fight choreography a lot, actually. And then I really like Fastus just like pulling Icarus to the ground.
Yeah, it's the coolest fight
like,
of the movie
sick.
for sure.
For sure. Sprite becomes the biggest pick-me in history, and then for some reason Sprite just says her entire character arc out loud.
Mm-hmm.
That I was like, okay, I thought that we were gonna be a little bit subtle with it, but I guess not.
Yeah. I also
and then Druid hits her with a rock.
I do love that. I will say, when it comes to people citing Cersei versus Icarus, I don't think this movie does a very good job of picking who would pick with who. You know what I mean? Like Angelina Jolie, Athena, whatever. She only really sides with Cersei because, you know, her dying boyfriend or whatever was like, you gotta protect what you love. But why does she love the earth? Why does she care?
Yeah.
Which is actually something I'll talk about later, too, when I'm talking about at the end. But, and it's also like Speedster, she just disappears for a long time. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then she's on Cersei's side? Mind control Druid. Yeah, what?
I guess they just don't want the Earth to die, I guess.
I guess, but like...
Wow, that's so noble of you.
Yeah, wow. Cool, I guess. And then, obviously, Icarus is like, oh my god, I loved you all so much, it hurt to lie to you guys. You know, it hurt me to my core that I was lying to you all. I probably should have killed you all centuries ago.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Yeah.
And then I'm not gonna lie, Icarus was annoying me where he was doing was spamming laser eyes.
Yeah. Punch. One punch, man.
Yeah.
Just start hitting people.
Yep, and then the Deviant show up. Deviant.
Okay, so here's my question. Why'd the Deviant make it like weird and creepy with Athena?
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Why'd that happen?
And then Athena genuinely like almost throws. Like she almost threw hard.
She goes through hard, but she locked in.
Yeah, and then she slices it like through the middle. What? Athena, go ahead and do that to Icarus now while he's held down.
Yep.
Okay.
The hand emerging from the ocean is such a cool sense of scale.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the spectacle of that. That's cool.
Yep. And then this movie genuinely tries to get me to care about Cersei and Icarus by doing like a flashback. And then
Icarus gets the V1. And he shoots his beams into the air and breaks out.
And then she locks in and she stops the Celestial.
She changes Celestial into something. I don't know.
Into stone, I guess?
I don't know.
And then Icarus...
It looks like, like some sort of like rock.
And then Icarus flies into the sun and kills himself.
It's really funny.
It's so funny.
It's really funny.
So funny. This movie tried to get me to feel bad for him, but I was dying. It's so funny.
And then Sprite comes back to the group like a friend who's like, yeah, I know that like my toxic partner was like making me not be able to see you guys. And like I kind of like fully changed as a person there because of who my toxic partner was. Like,
it's so bad. It's so bad. The scene, I'm still stuck on the scene of Icarus. He's like locked in. He's like focusing so hard on the sun. He just flies into it. He got so pissed that he failed that he's like, you know what? She's got a boyfriend, so there's no point.
She's got a boyfriend who will max live like 60 more years.
Yeah, so there's honestly no point. I'm gonna kill myself now. And then he does. And I'll give Sprite this one moment because I like the idea of one of them giving up their immortality to become human. I like that trope.
Yeah.
It's a good trope.
Yeah. That being said, if I was immortal for 7,000 years and then I had to go to high school, I would kill myself.
Yeah, that's true.
I would also fly into the sun.
Yeah.
And then, so I have a nitpick.
Mm-hmm.
I have a nitpick.
Yeah.
So you have the scene of Cersei saying goodbye to Sprite as she goes off to school. And then she says, "We did it. We beat the Celestial." To Kingo, who left.
Yeah.
He wasn't there.
This dude was not in the fight. He did not help.
He thinks he's on the team. And then Dane finally gets to have a conversation with his girlfriend, and she immediately gets kidnapped by a Celestial.
It's so funny.
And is just gone in what is probably a prequel to Cosmic Rewind. And it's over.
Earth just
the movie just ends.
We just gonna let that slide. Like that's chill. They thought they were gonna get a sequel. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. And then we get the post credits with Harry Styles being like,
How is he both an Eternal and the brother of Thanos?
I am the brother of Thanos. Can I help you guys out? I know where to look.
It's me, Star Fox. You guys remember my awesome acting in Don't Worry, Darling? I'm bringing that to the MCU.
Oh my god. And then I also low-key don't understand what the sword tease was. I don't know this guy.
So I'm actually very glad that you don't know so that I could do this. So I believe that the sword is from the Black Knight. I believe is his name. That might be the Fire Emblem character, but I'm pretty sure it's the Black Knight. But the voice talking to him is not from the sword. The voice talking to him is a man standing beside him, played by Mahershala Ali. That's Blade.
Oh, is it actually?
This movie was setting up Blade.
You're lying.
A movie that still has not been like that's allegedly still happening, but we've heard nothing about.
That's actually hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. That's
fun fact.
That's hilarious.
Here's a little bit of inside baseball peek behind the curtain. Originally, when we were developing this show, I had a bit written down called Blade Watch, where every week I would bring up if there was any news on Blade. But the issue is we just never get any news on Blade because it's never happening. And so the bit was going to be that it would come up like maybe once. It hasn't come up all year.
Mm-mm.
As far as I know.
And
then we get hit with The Eternals Will Return.
Yeah.
No, they haven't.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
And I doubt they're going to be in Doomsday.
Mm. It's just... I'm waiting for the Harry Styles payoff. I'm waiting for it.
I have a genuine question for you. So we are at a point now with the MCU where things are getting set up that have not paid off, right?
Yeah.
Specifically, I guess spoilers for going forward in the MCU. The Eternals have not been paid off in the 5 years since this movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
And we have no news about them getting paid off in the 5 years since this movie came out. How would you feel if they were like, hey guys, Eternals 2 isn't happening, but we're doing like a line of tie-in comics that will like explore this story going forward for the Eternals? Now, you don't read comics.
I would say I don't
so
really.
You probably be like,
really
okay,
care.
I'm not reading that, and also you don't care because you didn't like this movie. But like, I feel like that's kind of the move at this point, right? If you want to transition, they don't want to transition MCU people into comic book fans. MCU is much more lucrative. But like, if you want to transition people into reading comics, that's what you do.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
you just have a line of MCU canon comics for stuff that you're not going to pay off in the movies because they're not going to be financially viable enough.
Yeah. I mean, I straight up don't like this movie, but I also don't like stories just being half written. So.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's just like if they just didn't make Endgame.
It's also a thing where it's like, it's so harmless to me that like, sure, for the people that liked it, I hope it happens.
Yeah.
Because I think it's kind of lame for me to be like, no.
Yeah. I just think there's no downside to them being like, oh, we're going to do like
a novel. There's no downside for
it.
A
novel,
yeah.
Like, there's no downside to doing like, oh, tie-in comic, answering all your questions about the Eternals, And then when and if they do show up, or especially like if they're not going to show up in the MCU again, if they're like, okay, well, we're not going to do anything with these characters ever again, make a comic about them, bro.
Yeah, do something. I mean, like, there's people that do like this movie, and you set up a ton of sequel bait. So
yeah,
I don't care, but even if it becomes a movie, I probably won't watch it. But
Doomsday Clock 2.
Oh God.
So final reviews. There are a lot of little things that I like about this movie and ideas that I like about this movie, but unfortunately, they're not paid off, and they aren't the big thing to this movie. I wish this movie was better, and a feeling of just like deep unsatisfiedness from the ending is not ideal. The score is fine. I think that the powers and like the gold traces look really cool. I like how fast his powers look. This movie does not like to answer a lot of the questions that it proposes, in my opinion. I think that the big twist of the emergence is good. I think that the Icarus twist is good. I think that the acting is pretty good. And I think for the most part, the character writing, for those that get to be characters, is pretty solid until the last like 30 minutes. Unfortunately, the rest of the movie's not that great. It's paced quite badly. And when I say, oh yeah, the big twist comes 40 minutes into the movie, I paused it to go to the bathroom. And I thought that I was going to be at least an hour and a half into the movie. And I basically had 2 hours left. So that wasn't ideal. I didn't like it very much. Nope, that's not true. I liked a lot of it. I don't think it was very good.
My turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this movie sucks. I like the concept of like the theme here. I like the idea that it's a movie forcing characters that have seen all of human history to face like the good and bad of humanity and decide, that humanity is still worth defending. I think the Earth is relevant enough to defend. I love a hopeful theme and hopeful idea. It's why I like Invincible, like the core concept of Invincible so much. But I just think this movie falls apart so much because all the characters only care about the same thing. They only care about other people. When I think saving Earth and saving humanity should be a lot more deeper than that. It's a very surface level exploration of that idea. Because for example, like Phastos only cares about his family. Kingo only cares about his fame and Valet and like Icarus. Sprite only cares about Icarus. The other Eternals vaguely care about each other, like for various reasons. Like Cersei's the only character where they try to imply that she likes Earth for more than what humanity is. And I think that's really lame. It homogenizes the characters way too much. And I just think when it comes to a movie where you're like watching these Eternals who have helped like unknown amounts of worlds be destroyed for Celestials, where they decide that Earth is different and needs to be saved, it needs to be a deeper exploration of that. Because all they talk about is humanity and connection and stuff, but we need to talk about, like, there's so much. There's, like, culture, passion. There's, like, nature here. It just doesn't have to be about the love, like, they feel for other people. It's just, this movie's way too shallow. It's way too shallow. It doesn't explore the ideas. The lore is so convoluted. The characters are mostly fine. Some of them range from decent to, like, just terrible, like, bad. I don't like the action in most of this movie, except for like the final Icarus fight. It's pretty decent. Story is just flat out predictable and sometimes stupid. The only thing that like I didn't see coming was like the twist, I guess, of the emergence. But even then, that has like its own plot holes that just don't get answered. It's just, I think this movie is way too much tell, don't show. It's exposition dump after exposition dump, with mid fights like sprinkled in, and it's just I do not like this movie, and that's my rant that I've been wanting to give. And also, it's kind of boring. So
yeah, and on top of that, it's kind of boring, and it plugs Blade, which is never happening.
Yeah, and the sequel fate is really funny though.
So basically, I would say 9.
Yeah, I was thinking 10
out of 10.
Honestly,
8, 9 out of 10. I don't hate this movie as much as you do. Would you say it's better than Hulk? We're in agreement. It's definitely better than Hulk.
Yeah.
I do think it's better than Dark World.
No, I actually don't agree. I don't think I could give this movie a 4.
Really?
Yeah. The absolute highest I think I could give it is a 4, but I don't even want to do that. I think this movie fails on way too many levels.
How do you feel about 3.9?
Yeah.
Which I think is low. But I respect your inability to go.
It's just I don't like this movie because it doesn't work on too many levels for me.
That's fair.
So yeah, I'm 3.9.
Next week is Hawkeye, a show that you've not seen. I have seen. I watched it when it came out. And I'm excited to rewatch.
Yeah, I mean Hawkeye's cool. I'm just waiting for Dune Messiah at this point though, I think.
Well, actually it's called Dune Part 3.
Yeah. You got me. I'm a big fan.